hate puppies.
Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Yeah. Then I saw that dude and I was like, hey.
Say what? Are these things hot?
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, why you surprise us?
Welcome to Inside the Pallet House post beer drinking challenge, light beer drinking showdown. We are now on the air, and I didn't tell anybody I was starting it except for Pat, because that's my old school motherfucker.
Heyo.
He gets it.
He's OG.
He's the oldest G there is.
That's right.
If you go by the numbers. So
Pat and Brendan started this thing together, just the two of them.
just a history podcast.
It's a song.
Two guys sitting alone in a room.
Yep.
But no, remember, I put up some drywall at the original man room.
No, I'm talking about the podcast.
Oh, the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. No. Everyone in this
OG.
Yeah.
Pat helped build the.
original man room, before there was pallets on the wall, before it was a pallet house,
Yeah, at the old place.
it was a room with a stripper door.
Yeah,
We were
it was.
just talking about that. The leather padded door.
Aluminum ceiling.
Dude, the
Aluminum.
stripper door was gross.
Yeah, aluminium.
I remember.
But you know what? This one actually has a
That's
metal
the
ceiling.
fourth time I've heard that.
I remember the first time I went. He was so excited that the bar was built, and I just remember you spitting on the concrete. You're like, "It's concrete. We can spit on it." And just rubbed it in.
That's how you sell a place. Stu, you
Yeah.
do real estate. You should do that. Every once in a while,
Yeah.
you walk into a place and just spit on the floor and go,
Uncle
Yeah.
Lukey
this
right
place
on it.
doesn't show dirt.
Yeah.
It holds up.
It's like
Blood comes right off. What? Wait, huh?
Why would you say that? What are you telling? I'm just saying the 7 murders that happened
Just
here.
saying. Yeah, you couldn't
I
even
thought
tell.
Virginia was a non-disclosure.
Do you smell any death in here? I don't.
What do you think about this?
Yeah,
My
no,
buddy.
because there was literally 7 murders in here. Do you smell any death is what I'm asking you.
My buddy in Charleston just
And the
found
blood's
out
up.
his house had a murder in it. His girlfriend Googled and found out that some crackhead broke in one night, and the guy was freaked out and stabbed him, and he bled out on the floor.
So the
This
owner
is a-
got stabbed or the crackhead
The
got
crackhead.
stabbed?
He,
Okay.
you know, yeah.
Well,
I'm buying that house.
Yeah, that ghost shouldn't
Yeah, I
haunt
don't
our
mind
house.
that so
yeah,
much.
but
Justice
it was
served.
like August 2018, and it was super recent. They've
Fresh.
been in for like 3 months. And
August 20. Okay, no, I'm running the numbers, and that was less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Right.
So they probably got it for a discount.
I don't
No.
know, but there's they reached out and said, "Hey, why didn't you tell us?" And they said legally we didn't have to because you
But
could
if
have
you-
Googled it.
I
But if
think
you
legally.
ask-
I think legally they have to, right?
Is that right?
No.
Morally,
No.
they have to.
Well,
True.
morals. Not in sales. There are no morals in sales.
No,
Well,
if it's.
Well,
I
let's
mean,
ask Stu. Stu,
Stu,
is,
what's
state of Virginia is a buyer beware state, and it's pretty
Sketch.
much, as is. Seller can say, "I'm disclosing everything I think I know."
Yeah.
and we'll sign off on it. And if it is, like he was saying, public knowledge or something that's,
In
it's,
the
it's- and
news.
it's not a factor in the functionality of the house itself.
Yeah.
it was like the body's not in the water heater.
Right, and it's not, the wood
That's the
didn't
cardio
deteriorate
style in the
because
drywall.
it
Yeah.
was, the blood. It wasn't like
Yeah.
alien blood and ate through the floor
They
joists.
didn't rip. They didn't rip the floor up to have the carcass.
So, Stu, if somebody asks you though and says, "Has there
And you
anybody?"
know.
Yeah, do you have to disclose that information?
He's never
Yeah,
heard about it.
Yeah, or if the agent that I was dealing with knew of it from the owners,
And
and
it
I
was
asked it,
Yeah.
then he's got to say.
But
he's
do
supposed to say
do
yes.
you know prior to?
No, you
your-
wouldn't know. You wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have any knowledge prior to. But if my buyer or seller was like, or my buyer was like, we read something the other day online that this house, there was a murder last year, whatnot, and I
I
asked
can
them,
neither confirm nor deny.
Right.
That's
that
right.
14 people were murdered in here.
All right, so Stu, another question.
I'm asking for a friend.
Very specific number.
If you ask a cop if he's a narc,
It was
does he have to
13
tell
people.
you?
I think so.
That's what I've always been told. I don't believe it.
But
Officially, no. Unofficially, yes.
You're not a cop, are you?
yeah, exactly.
We're good. We're good here.
Yeah, let's do this deal. That's one of those tales that's always been told.
In movies.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, well, I asked, and you said, that's entrapment. No,
Yeah.
I just fucking lied to you.
Your Honor, he lied. He said he wasn't a cop.
Throw him in jail.
Yeah. Come on. Let's have some morals here.
Seems messed up.
I expect more of our police department.
But so what did your boy do with this house? I mean, he's in it. He's happy, or he's
They're
Just
now
still
on
he's-
a
there.
shrine? What
She
did they
felt uncomfortable.
He get a shaman there to clear it.
And he was like, we do have
some
a
sage
brand new
work.
floorboard. Like the whole
Saged
floorboard
the
is
whole
redone.
house.
Not super nice because that's where the blood stain was.
Just the one spot or the whole
did-
floor?
Just the
Was there a
corner of the
visible
kitchen.
stain?
Oh.
Visible stain?
Like, did they
No,
know?
they cleaned. They made a whole new floor.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, but it's just there.
Just the corner.
So like it kind of looks different than the rest of the
yeah,
floor.
and that's why they were thrown off.
So they did.
They lived there.
That's awesome. They're like, just Google 1234 Main Street, back corner of the kitchen, and see what comes up.
They're like, guys, we could get this flooring in place for like $2,000, but we could do a corner of it for $500. So let's just save it.
The drug dealer was only dead
Yeah.
right there. Why
Yeah.
replace the rest of these floors?
And if you
are solid
did
oak.
find out, then you'll probably get the FYI. The guy will be paroled in 10 years.
Yeah,
He might come back to this.
Well, I guess the guy that killed him he was scot free, right? Self-defense.
Well, it's in your home.
Yeah.
The dude invaded the home. I mean, based on what I'm hearing from the story.
You're right.
I got no problems with the way it went down.
No.
What's like the worst place you've lived in Richmond? Because I think they all have histories we don't really know about. But your place, Pat, was slanted down on.
Oh, you mean like worse, like
just like because
the
I
house?
lived in a pretty shitty house.
Yeah, I've lived in some shitty houses. I thought you meant like worst part of town.
Not the
No, no,
neighborhood, but
okay,
the house.
because I lived in every part of Richmond.
The worst part of town I lived in was, where was it? Over by,
It wasn't the towns. It was supposed to be a place, but
well, the place was terrible. My fucking
Anyway,
roommate.
you guys
let
are
me
ruining
thought
the
it.
story.
Shit all over the floor.
Oh, you had a roommate shit all over the floor?
His dog would shit all
Oh,
over
the
floor.
dog? Yeah.
Oh, literally.
Like you
So
could
that
not
was not
go
a
downstairs.
pre-existing condition.
It was terrible. I would go into my room, and I had my little mini fridge filled with natty lights. and
Yeah.
Just,
Which is a Anheuser-Busch product. So
the
I get
bottle,
that.
the glass bottle that was.
it was the little ones that
The
fit in your
stubby
college
ones?
dorm room fridge.
So I had a buddy who did
Just live
that.
there.
He lived in a house and he had like a sunroom that he just said, "Oh, that's my dog's sunroom."
That's the dog playroom.
And the dog would literally, it was a basset hound, and it
Oh.
would just sit in there lazily shit all over the room and then sleep in the other corner. Like they tell you a dog won't shit in the place it lives. Not a basset hound. That dog will literally shit while sleeping.
Most dogs eat their own shit, so I don't believe they
Oh,
don't-
this dog
yeah.
wasn't that clean. He didn't pick up a single piece of poop.
I thought you were going to take that story in a different direction because not my worst place, but one of the craziest places I lived in was in the sunroom of a house. There was a rancher. It was me and 3 of my fraternity brothers.
Smells like
And
poop. Got a good deal.
I was like, I need a space and I need a place to stay. And it was literally the 10 by 10 playroom, sunroom. And I could open up the door and look right at the TV. I mean, it was just, I lived in a sunroom. It was a 3-season sunroom, plexiglass. Did it for a year.
Now, you consider that the worst place you've lived?
Accommodation-wise, no, it's not necessarily the worst
It's
place.
easy
but
for
it's-
me.
it's-
I lived in a fraternity house.
Oh,
And that
well,
place should
I
have
was
been
gonna say,
condemned.
But
Fraternity
isn't that
houses.
in some respects also the best place you ever lived?
No. I have a lot more fun in some other places I've lived, for sure.
Like I'm
When
thinking
the party
of,
wasn't at your place.
yes,
24/7?
exactly. Yeah.
I guess I'm the shittiest place I ever lived was the fraternity house. It's also the greatest place I ever lived because I would wake up and
Yeah.
the party was there.
And dudes were always around.
You'd have to do shit. Like
his
I lived in
dream.
I had a party house.
Got
It
some
was
pleasures
great,
cleaning
but
it
it
up?
was.
I
it
don't
was
know.
disgusting.
The house was shit, but I had a waterbed.
Yeah, you lived in that house for a little while.
Yep.
I thought it was beautiful. That was the only house that I truly
dude
thought
just
was
aged
haunted,
himself.
though.
My party house, the only clean thing in it was the Brita.
Yeah.
Literally, that was the rule. Like you had to refill it, and I'd come down. There's like toilet paper.
Lee,
in
what
the
about
sink.
you? What's the worst accommodations you've lived in?
I only live in penthouses, man.
Dude,
Oh,
fucking
this.
around.
See,
I
man,
love it.
Get the fuck
when-
out of here.
When you're the abacus, man,
Yeah.
you can run numbers. You can figure out.
this
Go.
is genius, dude.
This is
He's
actually
super smart.
way overpriced by square foot.
What was the worst penthouse?
I lived in like a little 2-bed shack in Clemson
Weak.
where I went to school, and
Like a
my
dorm
room-
room or
No, it was
off
off campus
campus?
kind of thing. And my roommate had a dog that also would kind of shit from time to time all over the place.
roommates with dogs? They
Yeah.
seem they always suck.
Do you think it's because they're puppies though? When I get them, you first
No,
get
this
one
dog
in
was
college.
like 6 though.
Yeah.
Like he brought his dog from home, and it would.
It was still
would
an
shit everywhere.
asshole.
He would
Yeah.
pee everywhere on the floor as soon as you'd come home because you get too excited. I was like,
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the worst. Was it Cocker Spaniel?
No, chocolate lab.
That's very specific. Were
Well,
y'all
yeah,
roommates?
well, what's the Cocker Spaniel
Don't
story?
Cocker Spaniels piss when they get excited? Sorry, that's where I was going with that. Everyone's like, "What do you know this guy?"
I don't see races in dogs.
You
Dude.
know
That's
Big?
just not me.
Yeah,
I don't prejudge dogs.
I've just had multiple
breeds.
Cocker Spaniels
I don't see
urinate
breeds.
while being
Must
excited.
have been a Maltese. I mean,
Yeah.
Malteses are disgusting. No one
Yeah.
would ever.
I have been
Maltese.
bitten by more Cocker Spaniels than any other dog ever.
Ah, German Shepherds for me.
They're like cats.
easy.
Yeah.
Well, so now, I'm in an interesting. I don't know if we've talked about this, but I'm stuck in a situation where, obviously, my dog's days are.
You have a
are
dead dog walking.
Very numbered. It is.
No, he's laying right now.
DDW.
It is heartbreaking. But what do you expect from a Dominican dog? They're going to
Feed him.
That dog was fine 2 weeks ago. Went on all-inclusive trip. He's all fucked up
What
now.
doggy daycare did he go to?
He was
recently?
like, "Is that pepperonis in the mini fridge?"
His tags are in Spanish.
He's got a fucking half tube of pepperoni hanging off his face right now, dude.
Hold on,
Christ.
God.
hold on, me, I'm
Talk about
Kobe.
description.
Oh my God, he does,
does,
look like
yeah.
yeah, no, it looks like sausage.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not going to be able to eat pizza
I
anytime.
I had a buddy over
You'll
here.
find a way.
Though you said
I
you
had
could cook
I
it.
had our Joe Rogan over here
Yeah.
the other night, and he was like.
Disgusted.
He was like, "Yo, dude, your dog looks really sick. He's got like a sausage on his face." And I was like, "You say that now, but wait till you try the pizza." I was like, "If you shave it really thin," I go, "It really tastes like truffles,
Get a
and
nice
it adds
crispy
something to
edge
the
to it.
pizza."
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, "You're fucking kidding me right now." I'm like, "No, you keep him alive because the truffle is just amazing." And he's like,
growing,
"This
so-
is disgusting." And I was like, "Dude, no, clearly my dog is sick, and it breaks my heart."
I feel like people are listening, wondering when they should turn us off.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Or
like
when
that
they should
Joe-
call PETA. Like,
11 minutes ago.
I like that Joe Rogan came at you going, "Hey, your dog doesn't look good." Oh, you mean the one with the fucking huge growth coming out of his head and a collar on?
Dude.
Thank you, sir. I was wondering what was going on.
It's only this week though that I've actually started seeing him like move differently, and I'm like, okay, I think it's getting sad. Like when I think about
another
it, it does,
6 to 8 months, you're
it
going to have
breaks
to
me- Shut up.
make a decision to wait another 6 more months.
It breaks my heart, but the family's already kind of moved on, right? Like they know this is coming.
Yeah, you're not
and they're
cuddling up with
thinking-
that thing.
That's the fucked up thing. I'm the only one who cuddles with it. I got like blood stains on my shirt. It's
Gross.
disgusting. I don't even
Worth
wanna-
it.
So, worth it. Best cuddle ever. So, my wife's like,
oh shit, I'm petting.
she needs a hypoallergenic dog, and so she's
She
all,
doesn't need anything.
Don't get a golden doodle.
dude. She wants a fucking doodle,
They're psycho.
dude. All doodles are a little jacked up. And Lee, have we talked about this?
Why
on
the
air?
prejudice?
Okay.
A little bit.
See, I love that Lee's like he's been present for more episodes than me because he listens to him at work and I listen to him while drinking.
and talking.
And we do them while drinking.
Yeah. So we'll cut straight to the chase. I'm very concerned about buying a doodle because I don't think they look like dogs with
It's
the way
like
their
a human
hair is.
trapped in a dog's body.
So
I've got so many friends that
hyperallergenic.
have 'em.
I mean, basically man-made dogs. Like we
Well,
kind
no,
Yeah,
of-
they're
poodles
crossbred.
came
Is
from
this-
the Lord, and they're hypoallergenic. So are like Wheaten Terriers and all dogs that have hair as opposed to fur.
Which means you have to get them groomed
So where
regularly.
would a dachshund fit into that?
Just below cat. Why did anyone get a dachshund?
So it turns
That
out,
one's small and weird.
Oh, here we go.
here we go.
Oh,
Listen up. We're getting history lesson on
Let me
Dachshunds.
take my notes over
No,
here.
no history lesson.
Oh.
But I'm saying I've always been like a.
Been watching
I wanna
birds a
laugh.
lot recently.
what kind of bird is a dachshund?
A wiener
ahead.
bird.
Go ahead. I
It
apologize.
was a
It's
raptor.
in between a heron and a crane.
This is the problem with a post-episode episode right there. I apologize. Pat,
No,
continue.
no. I just want to like. I've never liked small dogs. Just period. Like I have zero want for any type of small dog.
Dude, you couldn't have missed that by. Oh, you're wrecking
Brendan,
Pat's
just like the
story,
bull
dude.
I actually
like
didn't-
range and
Go ahead.
just missed a 4 foot wide track.
Yeah.
You were telling a story, Pat.
Yes.
You've never liked small dogs,
Never
but
liked
now
small
you
dogs,
want
but the
to
fucking
you want a
dachshunds
wiener
are
dog.
Actually, like, no, I don't want one. But my wife used to. She fucking is a huge fan of dachshunds.
Yeah.
So basically, I had to get to know a dachshund, and they are probably the closest small dog to a big dog.
Oh, so they
Okay.
act cool.
They act cool, or
I
they
mean-
might be assholes. I don't know.
Look, I've seen a
The 3
handful
minutes I
of.
spent with the
no,
dog.
but
He's
like,
running it back quickly. Or I don't know.
I've
And there
seen
they
some-
are. I think they're like 50-50. You're either getting a great dog, or you're getting one that's just gonna like be great to you, but bite the shit out of everybody that walks in. The door.
I feel that way about Jack Russell Terriers. I feel like I've actually
Yeah.
met a handful of like badass little Jack Russell Terriers.
Yeah.
But then you meet a couple that are like yippy and running around. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, you piece of junk. But you get a good one.
It's like people from Radford.
Okay.
A lot of them suck.
Pretty vague.
Every now and then you meet a couple cool ones.
I'm obviously, Stu and I did not react favorably to this comment.
I'm just saying that I've had a lot of interaction with people from Radford. Some of them are cool. Most of them kind of suck.
No, it's the most. It's the most. It's that little part you're adding. That's what. I'm wanting to go with you. I'm like, okay, some of them do suck.
It
I'll
was
give you
good.
that. I fought some dudes there. I get it. And then you're like, but most of them. I'm like, I feel like you.
There was a
With that
gunfight
reaction,
at a
I'm
party
going to guess
I went
you're
to
the
at Radford.
most.
Oh, I suck. I suck. I've sucked for a long time, but not like a doodle sucks. And
Yes.
that's what's concerning me is because we are ultimately going down this road of a doodle. So
You have
I'm-
no say in this, motherfucker.
Oh, I have actually voiced my opinion in a lot of different ways, and now I'm not even allowed to text message with my friends. I hope everybody listened to last episode
Yeah.
because that's a callback from, in my world, 45 minutes ago.
Yes.
The least. How many have you listened to? lot.
Yeah, most all of them, honestly.
What do you have a favorite, or when did you get like hooked?
I'll tell you, and I've told Brendan and then this before. My absolute favorite one was the first one I heard with Big Rich, where he's telling all the
Big Rich is the greatest.
stories he should not be telling.
Dude,
With the horse in like the cul-de-sac and everything else.
How
like,
does a horse run into your car while you're parked? I will never understand that. The dude
In
literally-
suburbia.
He got
He's not in the country.
He was in suburbia. A horse runs into the side of his car, dents his door, and he's got to explain this to wife. I swear to God, I was parked, and a horse ran into me.
Yeah.
Like
We
she's
need
like,
that Big Rich back on. That's
Big Rich is a classic.
Yeah.
So that's what got you was
Yeah,
Big
that's
Rich.
the one. And again, I've told this story before, but that's the one where people in the office would see me just sitting there laughing on a Friday afternoon and be like, "What the hell are you listening to right now?" And that's where I had to kind of tell
I
people.
love
like,
it.
this
We need
is-
Big Rich is the worm, and
Yep.
then like he gets him in, like he hooks him,
Hooked.
and then we just reel him in and go, "No, you should stay in the boat for
Yeah.
a while."
what was that called? Like a new low or something like that. Like
That's a rough episode,
Yeah.
and for
Oh,
me
yeah,
to
New
cons-
Low,
like I
yeah.
said, that's what
When-
it was. I just wanted to see how far this episode could fall. You
Did
know,
any of your coworkers become listeners?
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
actually do. One of them, or both of them actually have been on, and we had a couple others listen pretty regularly.
Yeah,
now.
we've had Emily and Jay on.
it's crazy that out of that office, we're like the most popular in that office.
Yeah.
Like that's our demo.
on
That's our home
Thursdays.
field.
Yeah, if I ever get a house built, holler at you guys.
Yeah.
Please.
You're officially it. Like, and I'm gonna drop ITPH in the coupon code, and I fucking better see 30% come off the top of that house.
No.
Or I'm
Yeah,
storming out. Storming out.
I don't think I'm at the level to make that decision, but I'll say no.
Abacus is like, well, we can save a ton of money on the yard. Actually, where did I get that 30% number from? It's like
Oh.
just rattling around in my head.
I think you listened last week.
Know what it is? It's the nectarsunglasses.com. You drop ITPH in the coupon code, you get 30% off of your sunglasses.
Off an already great deal
Substantial
anyway,
deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 more sales. That goes up to 35.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what
He said that last time. I thought it was a
I thought
joke.
it was a
Yeah,
joke.
No, yeah.
So what happened last time? You brought a pair of shades for Brendan. Where's our shades this time? I mean, should we all get?
They're in the
a set?
car, so
Those
No.
shades are spoken for.
I need to send you guys a gift back. And
I know,
that
you-
girl, before, if she listens, she gets a free pair if she emails you.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking
Heather.
about Heather. I'll
Heather.
believe it. I hope she does. I hope she really is a listener. Now she has 2 episodes to listen in, even though she hates us because I've been ignoring her emails for weeks. But I apologize, Heather. If you let us know you
There's
heard
like
it,
One person. that
Sean will
emails
literally
you.
send you a pair of nectars.
But we were
I know.
talking.
I get one email and I go, "Pfft, not answering.
So Sean and I were talking in between episodes, and if you want to, which I think we
You
will,
mean in between weeks?
in between episodes, weeks, however long it is. But the corporate deal, I think that's great. I'm going to definitely hit them up for some branding with Nectar. On,
Yeah, we've been getting into like corporate gifting, a world that's like pretty archaic and old school, but they're used to.
which
now-
you just described me perfectly.
No.
Once again,
You are the archaic and old school guy here.
Stu, good lead in. Speaking of archaic and
Yeah.
old,
No, it's just like
Sean's gonna
you
come
know,
back with the new Stu model.
The on this walker, you'll notice that no blue light gets into the frame.
stainless. No, it's
They
been
are
like a good.
prescription if needed.
Thank you.
You know, people spend money on shirts, and my pitch to them is like, you can go buy a shirt with your logo for $8.50 to
Yeah,
$14 a shirt, and once you're over 21, you buy your own stuff. And
Yeah.
you're not gonna wear that. I almost
Yep.
want to give shirts back. Like, I don't want to wear a Wells Fargo tee. Thanks.
yeah.
But they're putting their money on that when I pitch it that like our product, when it's branded well and the whole box is done in a custom pair, that it's like they'll talk about that as a unique
For sure.
collaboration versus this industry's Ray-Ban and Maui like gifting, and then the Skittles pairs that are super cheap that no one wears yellow or some shit.
Yeah.
But
Well, and the
yeah.
shirts are fucked out, right? I mean, everybody does. Like they throw T-shirts out all the time.
Yeah, I mean, what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It's an
I'm wearing.
ITPH shirt.
I'm wearing
dude.
a.
That's a Heather blend.
For
It's
the
nice.
record, there is an ITPH shirt and a Nectar shirt.
That's right.
That's
we
good stuff.
we rep.
Brand
Good
rep.
stuff.
We do rep. Actually, I would like to talk about that if you got a moment. Are new shirts coming out? Because I've seen that some of it's selling out. It looks like are we shifting to a new line? What's
Yeah, we've been working on kind of graphic tees. We're getting different art and things like that, which will be seasonal. Then we're working on kind of like a central line of just more of a less logo. So the graphic tees will be like this.
Uh-huh.
Brendan's wearing, and then this is
that
gonna
was
be
great for audio. I
Yeah.
liked how you
But
We get it.
The basic one will be like a pocket tee, really subtle branding.
You guys
Uh-huh.
can see it.
And also have like a microfiber pouch tied into the base.
Oh,
to
yeah.
kind of tied together, and all the shirts will be SPF 50. So,
So I can clean my sunglasses with the corner of my shirt.
right, I think people naturally grab down there.
Yeah,
to
I do it with all
I
my
do all the
shirts.
time, and I
Yeah.
ruin sunglasses.
I
Well,
will
I ruin my
untuck my shirt.
glasses.
Yeah, you wear 100% cotton.
Yeah,
to
Is
clean
that
my
not good?
sunglasses.
It's itchy.
yeah,
No,
and it's
not
heavy.
that bad. They make great cotton. But anyways, the shirt's going to tie into the glasses with the cleaning case, SPF. We want you to enjoy the sun, but have some protection. And
So that's funny. 'cause
I bought two of
Troy-
those shirts. I got
Yeah.
another one now.
You
The wife
brought
bought me
those up
another one.
the other day, saying that they're amazing. These long sleeve shirts actually allow you to hang out in the sun, but still feel cool, but manage to block out the sun.
Yeah.
How is this possible? Because honestly, a long sleeve shirt is warm. I don't care.
I'm telling you, these new blends they make,
yeah,
they're made to be in the water and they're made to be in the sun, and you wear them, and you do not get hot in them.
a company, Free Fly in Charleston, is doing super well, and
Yeah.
they make incredible this bamboo, whatever.
Everyone's
tinsel.
doing the bamboo
Yeah.
lately.
really light, and it's
Bamboo
amazing.
sheets are nice.
So when we go on boats, we wear the long sleeve things to keep the sun off, and then it's so light and breathable that it's just like,
the wind blows
are.
right through it.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the wife bought
Nice.
me one at Sam's Club the other day with a hood, another one with a hood on it.
I'm gonna get that bamboo ski mask.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna pull it look like a bank robber out at the beach.
there you
It'll
go.
look damn good.
Just getting money at the ATM with it on.
I just got SPF 50.
Well, you're
on.
fair
Leave me
skinned.
Yeah, it's
alone.
just SPF 50 and then
So
a pair
you
of
should
nectars
wear.
over it.
You should be wary of it.
Dude, I went to the first dermatologist ever. Like, I've never done it,
Yeah,
and that was a nerve-wracking experience for me because I was like, I know that I've burnt a million times,
yeah,
and they said I was good,
yeah,
so I'm blown away because fair
Good
skin
on you.
motherfucker.
yeah. Well, at least you win.
Glad you just gave me the win. Troy's like, you've told this story. I was like, thank you.
Fact check, Lee.
Yep.
Go.
Lee will tell you.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'd been like a couple weeks behind for a while, and just like binged through about 20 of them in the last like couple of weeks
Nice.
to catch back up. But yeah, that
Funny, I
was-
didn't see it in the metrics. Very confused.
They're a week behind.
I think I would have noticed that.
No, I if I get too much sun, I'm pretty sure I can check other on the race card.
Yeah, you are. You look like fucking Chavez.
No, you missed that one too.
No, I nailed it. I was aiming for the floor.
Oh,
So that's 2 beers missed around me. He's throwing up beer on me. This is a great episode.
You're in a bad spot.
I'm in a bad spot.
It's
Spitting
brutal.
up.
It's nice
Spitting
over
up.
here.
Speaking of binge watching, any of you guys Stranger Things fans?
I am not, but I don't watch
like
any of the
it.
cool shows everybody watches. It's kind of my thing.
What do you watch?
I don't watch Walking Dead. I don't watch Stranger
Flipper.
Things. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't watch.
You watch Ozark?
Nope.
What?
Never seen
Ozark was
that.
so
Like some Ozark.
I don't. What else? What else is cool?
You watch
Oh,
Billions?
no, I don't watch that. I don't watch the one where Westworld. I watched one episode
You
of
watch
that.
Modern Family.
I
don't
didn't
you?
watch Game
I
of
do watch
Thrones.
Modern Family.
Yeah, see, I figured that's where he
Did
ends.
you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't
No.
watch one episode. Actually, I
Never
watched
did.
one 3 times, but my wife kept falling asleep. I'm like, I can't watch this without you. the
Dude,
whole
this
thing.
Yeah.
is freaky.
So I bailed, and I feel like it's a good thing.
I watched the first episode for 15 minutes and just turned it off.
Wow.
Just was like, nah, this is.
I knew I
too-
like Pat.
I had a similar experience, but then I binged out, and I'm like, I'm all in now.
I got season 1.
I watched Sopranos. Have y'all heard of that?
Never.
It's pretty good. Check it out.
So Stranger Things.
Did you see?
Yes.
Oh.
So
You
a
know,
lot of people binge the shit out of Stranger
you know why I
Things,
didn't
right?
watch it? Because I had friends tell me it was awesome, and I was like, "What's it about?" They're like, "It's cool. It's set in the '80s." Da, da, da. They're like, and there's monsters that come out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm fucking out. I'm
think it
out.
was over.
Yeah,
I
enough
mean,
said.
I'm
out.
I'll give
fucking
you that.
out.
Monsters are
Monsters.
not great. Like
It's the
I
same
don't-
with Game of Thrones. Like, you got dragons flying around. I'm fucking not in. Like,
So
I'm
you
sorry.
You didn't watch any.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so
I-
I'm
I
not
saw
grown up.
I'm not a huge fan of the surreal stuff. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Like the monsters and all the
Grown up.
gargoyles and all the weirdness. It's not
It's
great.
strange.
But for whatever reason, Stranger Things does a pretty good job of meshing the nostalgia of the 80s.
Which
With-
I would love to get into.
And that's what you like. So you start to see like the kid's bike, and you go, "That's a dope ass bike."
yeah.
And then you see like the cars, you're like, "Oh, those cars are cool." And then you just you start to kind of fall into it. And you're like, "Yeah, it was a simpler time." And then it, of course, takes the horrible monster twist, and you're like, when it's in the monster world, even I am like, I can't deal with the sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
But when the monster's in our world, I'm like, that's kind of creepy. So I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
But they're coming out because it's set in the 80s. This is the 3rd season, I believe. And they're coming out with new Coke only because in the show they have the new Coke commercials running to make it period correct.
Oh, yeah.
So now they're actually going to release the biggest flop in soda history, being the change over to new Coke. They're going to re-release new Coke.
And will it flop this time?
No, because everyone
Hell
will
no,
get-
it won't.
Yeah, it's like the McRib. Do you want a
Yeah.
McRib? No. Hey, they only have them this month. I'm going to get a McRib.
I'm buying 8 of them.
Yeah,
so, do
it's
you think people are just going to buy in simply because of the nostalgia factor?
I-
For
I'll buy at
sure.
least
They're
a
going to put it
case.
on their shelf and
Guaranteed.
not drinking.
Well, look here. At
Oh, actually, you know what? You will get a handful of people who keep
Oh,
the
yeah.
new
Just
Cokes. Yeah.
buy a case and sit it.
So what?
Marketing.
What are they doing?
They're putting the logo on the bottom of the can for Stranger Things upside down.
Oh, look at
Fucked
that.
it up. They put it upside down. Somebody should tell them.
No, so that's
Run that back.
the
You
whole
realize
thing
if
is
you
there's the
shake
underworld. Like it's a
soda.
reverse.
Oh,
see
so
it?
it's a
Did you see
documentary?
No. There's
It's real life?
there's another universe, and they call that like the
I lived through the 80s. I don't remember any of these monsters.
it's the strange.
I'm very
I
confused
had
here.
that bike. There were no monsters.
Stranger fiction.
But so I get the logic that only in this reverse world would new Coke still be the thing.
And upside down.
Well, it's the upside down world.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't get
I'm
it.
back in.
All right, good.
I'm back
feelings for
in.
this?
I've sold.
Now
I
it
was
makes
I was
sense.
leaving.
Yeah.
But they're gonna bring
now I'm
new.
back.
They're gonna bring the worst soft drink flop ever back, and it'll sell out immediately. Oh, there's a prediction. It'll never sell.
How much money you got on it?
It would be
None
hysterical if no one bought it. It was like,
Yeah.
you know what?
They're
No, I
like,
remember this
no
shit.
one bought
I
it.
remember what you guys did last time.
Would
Like
you go
mothers
buy
are
it?
smacking children's hands.
Would you go buy a
So
six
I
pack?
said I would buy a case.
Hold on.
Like, I would do it probably. I don't know if I'd buy a case though. Maybe I'd buy one.
Was New Coke a bigger flop than Clear Pepsi?
Yes.
Really?
I was gonna say
Only
the same
because
thing.
Clear Pepsi was brought out as a
new.
kind of just a bullshit one-off, you know.
Uh-huh.
New Coke was a fundamental shift
Was
in
supposed
their
to, like,
logic.
replace
They
it.
said we're not going to make Coke anymore. This product's that's been around forever. We're going to change the formula because we want to compete with Pepsi because they were getting market share.
Yeah.
So they changed the formula, and everyone was like, "This sucks." So
Then
then they
they-
had to go back. So it was a full format flip, whereas Crystal Pepsi was just a
Crystal
a
Pepsi,
one-off.
that's right.
Additional.
Was just a one-off product.
Because they were still doing Pepsi.
Of course.
Yeah.
Whereas they actually got rid of Coke. Who gets rid of
Yeah.
Coke?
I didn't
you can't
realize they
fucking
got rid
get
of-
rid of Coke.
They came out with New Coke. You could not get regular Coke.
I did not know.
New
I-
Coke existed in 1985 for a small window, and everybody said, "Fuck you! I'm not drinking this trash." So then they had to go back after spending all that money. So it's hilarious that maybe they can just fix the books from '85 with this little move. Go. Actually, New Coke did sell this much. We nailed it. Boom. Yeah. We're out.
We think they'll love it if a lot of people drink it.
Yeah.
It might be better, but everyone was so used to it.
I have no idea what it tastes like. I don't remember any of that.
It tastes like a Pepsi.
Did it really?
Yeah, it tastes like a Pepsi.
I mean, I remember it coming out. I don't
How do you remember that?
Because
it's 1985.
Right when like the McDLT was out. It's like
It was like
good.
24.
Actually, check my numbers. The McDLT did come out probably in about '85
about the
because
same-
I could
about the
picture
same time
I
frame.
could picture having a disappointing Coke and an amazing burger in the same moment in time. So I feel like that's probably possible.
What they're going to do this time is they're just going to put regular Coke in the new Coke can.
It would be
People would be like,
1984.
I love it.
guess,
I fucking love it.
I feel like that
85,
would be the
85.
smartest thing they could do.
You should do a Coke Pepsi challenge here.
We'll all be disappointed.
Yeah.
I like Mountain Dew. That's not even on the table.
Who knew? that is very interesting. I can't believe I'm a Miller Lite guy. Actually, can I get a Miller Lite?
Yeah, I got you.
It's the last thing I want. Some fucking Coors.
Lee spilled the last one.
Yeah, it's on the floor.
No, but I seriously
I'll
think
take
that
one.
Big Coke, grand scheme of things, they knew exactly what they were doing. Marketing wise, they blew up their own product, and then it came back.
You think in
I think you have a good
1985 they
point.
were
Oh,
playing,
you think it actually
you know,
was a
34
smooth
years
move.
later?
Like it's
Like, hey,
no,
what
no,
if
no,
we
no.
took
Like
Coke
New Coke,
away from you?
because then there was the whole marketing scheme of original Coke.
You're saying like a drug addict taking their drug away, giving you something else to be like,
Remember
and
how
then
much
you're just
Pepsi
itching
sucks?
like, no, I want that original
Then
drug. And
you
they're
bring
like,
the drug
got
back.
you. Yeah, yeah.
And they're
Kind of
just
makes sense.
full.
Okay.
I mean, maybe,
So-
maybe not. I'm not saying
So
it
you
was,
think
but
they-
I'm
you
saying
think they just need another kick right now?
from marketing,
Another
yeah.
bump.
But what kind of genius move? Like who goes? I got it. Let's tank the business for 6 months.
Yeah.
We can handle this.
What if
Yeah,
they just put
like
the
we
same
just weather the storm.
Okay, but
They're
it,
fucking Coca-Cola.
it's
I'm pretty
Coke.
sure they could be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll weather the storm.
we could take
Put the
6
cocaine
months of
back
a
in.
loss.
Ooh, I'll lose
That
1
never
billion
happened.
of my
Yeah,
100.
that never happened.
they PR it and just bury it. But also, I think, what if they put the same Coke in the new Coke just to rebrand as like a refresher?
I
And
feel
or
like
like,
that's what they're going to do.
like the
we
McRib,
said.
though, that comes back seasonally because McDonald's can't run deals all the time, so they do it, for a month at a time.
And it's not a good sandwich.
And you
Well,
can't
yeah.
make fake ribs all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
you can.
machines.
That's your problem.
You
Those
actually
machines
can,
are
yeah.
expensive to run.
I think it's a marketing move, and they're going to crush.
Well, it's definitely.
Oh, they're gonna crush.
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
Yeah.
sell
because
like
right now they're
crazy.
winning. We're talking about it.
So, quick question: are you guys Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke.
Coke all day.
Why would
Pepsi.
anybody?
They already won.
Pepsi.
Of course, Troy's Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Of course.
Diet
Are you a
Pepsi
Diet
You know-
Pepsi?
or
you know-
Diet Coke?
Actually,
Diet
I don't.
Pepsi
I don't
is
drink
better.
like a lot of
You're
sodas.
not a Pepsi guy, are you really?
I like all the Pepsi products better
Oh,
than
Jesus
Coke.
Christ.
My dad
Baja,
is-
This
Baja
happened.
I'm
Blast.
sending
I
him
don't
to
know.
a
I
home
mean-
as soon as I can.
I think Pepsi is better products.
I'm talking about
Oh my God.
Coca-Cola.
Whenever
and
I show
Pepsi.
to a Pepsi, fountain machine, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I'll
Would
drink
you
one.
rather have a Coke or a Pepsi? Not talking about the rest of their product line.
Diet Pepsi, here I go.
Straight up.
That's a good question. Probably Coke. Probably.
Okay, thank God.
so that's
But
one,
honestly, though, I don't think I could tell the difference. Like,
obviously,
if,
you've been
drinking-
If you set them right down next to me, I don't think I can tell the
Totally.
difference.
Yeah, you've been drinking
We're
Coors
doing
Light
a
for
Pepsi
years.
Coke challenge
Yeah,
now.
let's do that.
Easy enough.
Well, that's-
this is
that's-
delicious. That's Coca-Cola.
This
and
is
this tastes like fucking
This is
sugar
trash.
Splenda. That's Pepsi.
but that's one soda flavor that's similar. But what would be like my go-to
RC
soda
Cola.
Sierra Mist.
is Barks root beer.
Yeah, my go-to soda is any root
Yeah,
beer.
well-
any root beer.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And
I
Rebel's
literally
trash.
have never gone to any root
Sprecher's. Sprecher's the dope shit.
beer. You ever had Northern Neck ginger ale?
Yes,
Yes.
that's delicious.
Every time I get sick,
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, when,
ginger ale and crackers.
when you're from the South, when you're sick, you get ginger ale and
South-
chicken
crackers,
noodle, chicken,
yeah.
noodle- chicken
South
noodle
is
soup, and
cheer
tomato
wine
soup.
country.
Yeah. Little ginger ale.
Cheer
Settle
wine
your
in the
stomach.
South.
Ginger ale.
dude.
You're not
cheer
from the
wine.
South. Shut up. You don't
But I
know.
do feel like
He's
I
lived
just
here.
learned
visit.
about Northern Neck ginger ale, and it is the best ginger ale I've
It
ever had
is.
in my
It
entire life.
is.
Did anybody try the orange vanilla Coke?
I did.
What did you think of that?
It tasted just like an orange vanilla Coke.
I'm like a diehard soda guy. I did not like it at all.
Yeah. I thought I would like it more, honestly, but I did not. I did not like it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that flavor, considering the marketing they put behind it. But as we just discussed, Coke is not known for always putting out the best products and throwing marketing behind it.
Well, it's kind of like going to McDonald's where you get the different sandwich, but it still tastes like a McDonald's hamburger somehow.
Well, it's like
there's
pizza,
a
right?
Flavor
Like,
behind it, and that's how that.
Imagine
soda
you're
was.
running Coke for 100+ years. You're like, we've got to change the marketing up. How the hell do we do that? It's like,
Like Reese Cup can't change. They
Yeah,
made a
exactly.
great product a long time ago and just crushed.
and they just keep changing it though.
I
and you
looked
just-
up how many cups they sell a year. It's like billions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't even be near one in public.
I'm responsible for at least 200.
I wish you'd drop that many
I
ITPHs
like
in the
I
coupon
like any
code.
Reese's.
It's so
Like,
good.
Yeah, anything Reese's, I'm in.
Apparently, the guy used to sell obviously other a candy store, and then this one he made it up and it started selling so fast that he just slowly dwindled his line just to Reese Cups. Isn't that
Smart.
wild?
That
My
Reese's
kids,
dude's a
my
genius.
kids love like when they get candy. They like all the like sour gummies and like Skittles and shit. I'm like, why are you not fucking with chocolate and peanut butter over here? Like that's where it's at.
I
like,
think chocolate is what
like
candy
if you're not,
is.
yeah, exactly. Like all that other stuff, you can have it. I
Yeah.
need some chocolate.
If it's not chocolate, I don't really think of it much as a candy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So 408 million packages of Reese's peanut butter cups sold annually
Times two.
in the U.S. So times
In the
two,
U.S.
times 2 is 816 individual cups.
Is
That
including
machine
Let
is
me
minis?
check that
tired.
real quick.
Yeah. That
Pat,
that
you
doesn't
would-
sound
But
like
do you
enough.
think they've ever changed their flavor? Is that worth a Google?
They actually just did.
No way.
Reese's?
No. They literally just
Added
did.
a
Oh no,
dark
it was
chocolate?
Butterfinger just
I was
did.
about to say.
Easy.
Butterfinger just decided to go for a more peanutty flavor, which
Oh,
I think
really?
is a bold move to change
Yeah.
your flavor.
Yeah, Butterfinger's pretty damn delicious too.
I agree.
So if I'm reading this right,
You're not.
1.8 billion worldwide cups made each year.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
That's the
That's
number.
not bad.
Just
So we've got
America.
That explains the fucking diabetes.
We got
Yeah.
a candy drawer at our office that sits behind our receptionist desk.
Oh no.
And first off, it took me like months to figure out where it was when I first started working at this place.
Just follow the
You
fat
would-
guy.
You would see people just like emerging with like handfuls of candy, and finally I happened to be standing up there one day and saw where it was. So it was fantastic. But we got this intern this summer, and he makes 12 to 15 trips a day to the candy drawer. Or
Well, he's
whatever.
not getting paid. He
What's
may
he
as well eat
getting?
candy, right?
He's selling that shit on the black market.
But he comes back and he gives it to like one of our new guys sitting right next to him. Like every day, he's like, "Hey man, I
He
got
shares
your
it with
Reese's
him?
right here." And he's like trying to buddy with him. It's awesome.
That's his
He's-
like justification for grabbing candy. Do you want some? Oh, you
Yeah,
don't?
I got some.
Yeah.
Now he gets to keep it.
Brilliant.
So, is this like candy thing unlimited? Like they just keep stocking it?
It's supposed to be for like guests,
Yeah,
clients,
yeah,
et cetera.
yeah.
But
And he's just crushing
all
it
of us,
on
yeah,
the
all
down
of
low.
us just go to
Only
it.
Butterfingers left.
And interns.
No, there's always garbage
Old
stuff
flavor.
left. Like Three Musketeers is always what's left over.
Yep.
I'll take a Three Musketeers.
Yeah, but that's a spongy ass chocolate on the inside. It's very confusing. Not sure what's going on in there. I like it, but it's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell me
you
what
can't
that
eat a
is.
full like regular size one, but
It's an odd candy bar. Like you can't identify that texture. And
Whenever
that's
there's
what's
an
weird.
option, you're like, I'm going Snickers or something better.
well,
Oh, yeah.
Snickers
Yeah,
satisfies.
Snickers, Kit Kats, Reese's.
You're not
everything else is
you
trash.
when you're hungry. We all know that.
Right, right.
Stickers, ice cream.
Dude, the
It's
Snickers
so
ice
good.
cream bar is better than the Snickers bar.
Right.
Fact.
Agreed.
But
I mean,
ice
how'd
cream's
they
better
fuck
than
that up?
everything.
Yeah, but like,
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're
what'd you
splitting
say, Lee?
hairs.
I said, how'd they fuck that up? How'd they make a better ice cream
I
than
know.
that candy bar? Like,
But I wouldn't
Because they put ice cream where the nougat goes.
No.
How's that confusing?
because
Science.
Ice cream's better.
yes, but not every ice cream bar is better than the
Like
original.
your Kit Kat ice cream bar.
Okay.
Probably
You
won't
like
be better than a
Reese's,
Kit
right?
Kat.
Yes.
You like ice cream. You put some Reese's on your ice cream
no,
now. That's
but
great ice cream.
if you eat Reese's ice cream, it's not as good as a Reese's peanut butter
If you
cup.
eat Reese's
No, but you
frozen,
put
It's still
Reese's in
great.
your ice cream.
That's
You gotta
not
do
the
Reese's in the
same
fridge.
thing.
you got to.
That's like saying putting
fridge
Snickers
or
on
the
your
freezer.
ice cream is
Oh,
better.
it's so good.
Can we get some ice cream in your Miata?
Let's wrap this
Jump in
up.
the
In my Miata. I like this guy.
I'm sure
All
he's got some
six of us
Schwann's,
palm the
ice
Miata.
cream sandwiches.
Don't
in
forget
that
the sprinkles.
laps on laps on
freezer.
laps.
Dude, we're getting
But
we're going in a
seriously,
Miata.
a cookie sandwich, ice cream sandwich, that's fucking pretty
all
delicious.
day.
It's a tasty treat.
Yes.
It's a tasty treat.
Two of my favorite things: ice cream and chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
And
That's
flakes
my.
of
That's
headphones.
always my favorite dessert. Is the brownie, the hot brownie with the cold ice cream on it. That's where it's at.
That is very good stuff.
You know what freaks me out? Fried ice cream. How the fuck? Do
I've
they
never
do
had
that?
it.
Real quick.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Doc,
You
no,
can do
give
it
me
right
more
now.
I mean,
than
it's
that.
do
just-
it real
it's-
quick.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurry up! We're talking over here.
No, I mean it's super. I mean, it's just
that's one thing my air fryer can't do.
Oh,
you gotta
tighten
have
up
some-
air fryer.
Yeah,
Pat,
that
you
kinda
had
sucks.
you had
Try it,
said
see what
something a little
happens.
bit ago about a fast food restaurant. I had something happen the other day, and I'm sure this has happened to people, and everyone with kids at least has probably seen this.
And I don't mean to interrupt you,
Okay,
but was Stu about to give us a real quick?
he's got the
What
nectar thing up.
Oh, he does. No, dog walker caught naked.
I got nothing. No, I'm
No,
just.
so
he's good.
I'm sitting in a Burger King the other day, right?
the BK Lounge.
And I go and I sit down. I
Got busy in the Burger King bathroom.
you've all right, so you've heard this story.
Yeah,
Shit. No, so I'm in there with my
Stu
kids.
did it.
Let's run this back. So I'm in there with my kids, and I put the food down on the table, right? And I go back, and I'm getting them some stuff. And by the time I get back to the table, there's some old man over there just, like, chatting up the kids. And I feel like this happens all the time with little kids. Where,
Creeper
like,
alert.
yeah, like, old people will come over and start talking to them. Now, you've got, like, 30 seconds to assess, is this a creeper or is this, like, a nice old
30
man?
seconds?
Well, because
Let
you
me
need to
interrupt
figure
to
out if
give
you're
every-
going to engage
Right.
or let him go.
Everyone wants Coors
So
Light.
you give him a minute to.
Yeah,
do
so
some
I gave him.
things.
But so this dude
We
comes
don't want to
over.
assume he's a
Right.
creeper.
He
No.
could be super nice.
Yeah.
So
Could
he's
be.
over there, but he's chatting up the kids, you know, and he's like, "You
Can I
girls."
get them digits?
No, yeah.
your screen
Yeah.
name.
You're gonna have to
Can
go, sir.
I have it?
Did he have a whistle when he talked?
No, but he was like, so he wasn't dressed exceptionally well, right? And then he's
What
sitting
does
there.
that mean?
At a Burger King?
I,
He
it-
dressed
Got to do
down?
with anything.
it's a
wasn't
valid.
exceptional. Look
It's a valid observation if the story continues.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So he's over there and he's chatting them up and he's like, "You girls read a lot?" And I'm like, "All right, this is good." He's encouraging them to read, and he's like, "Because my daughter, you know, went to Harvard because she read a lot, and now
She's
she does
58.
this." And so I'm like, okay, he's encouraging them to, and he's asking questions. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to allow this for a little bit.
This doesn't end well.
Oh, it ends fine.
I feel like it is
Did
leaning
you ever
over.
find your daughters?
No, and that's why I'm saying that's what I
I'm
wanted
putting
to
the
bring
bulletin
up.
out there.
Yeah.
APB.
Yeah.
I sent
Trying to find my daughters.
I sent my dog out on him, and
No,
nothing
I
happened.
sized him up. I mean, he's not a bad guy.
So the dude keeps telling
encouraging
stories,
them.
and every story I hear
He's
from
done
this
Well
guy,
read.
he knows more about every place. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Oh, my daughter went there, or my son went there," and then he's telling all these crazy stories, like, "Oh, my son's an ambassador to such and such country," and I'm like, "Wow,
Is
that's,
one upping you?
that's fantastic." I'm not even saying. I'm just volunteering
Oh.
like a point.
He's just.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, he's talking about when I leave in the morning for Greece, but then, from Greece to Switzerland to, and it's like, and I'm just like, this guy seems so well traveled and smart. And that's where I'm starting to think,
He's
I'm
in a
like,
Burger King.
yeah, and he's solo and he's kind of disheveled. And now I'm starting to think, I don't know that I trust any of these stories coming out of this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
mouth. So now I'm starting to get worried. I'm like, maybe this dude is kind of a creeper because he's hanging over here and every single thing that comes up, he's got another story, and he's only
And
got
he's-
a couple kids, and each one of them has made Forrest Gump look like he didn't fucking do anything. I'm
And
like,
he's
what the
not-
fuck is happening?
And he's not disengaging. He's just
No, he won't
Yeah.
stop engaging. And every once in a while, he'll throw the, "I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your meal," and I'll be like, "Oh no, it was fine, thank you."
So you're there the whole time. I thought you were watching from a distance.
Yeah,
no,
so
no,
did
like
I.
no,
It
like
was
when he
creepily,
first
yeah.
when he first came up, I
Like they were
wasn't.
at the drink
I was
fountain,
coming
they were-
back with stuff, and I was like,
How
okay.
is he having such an in-depth conversation with children?
Well, at this point, he's just going, "Do you like to read?" And then, I'm the dumbass who shows up and starts like volunteering words like Costa Rica. Oh, Costa Rica! My whole family settled Costa Rica, and I'm like, "Wait,
Yeah.
what is happening
you
right
teed
now?"
him up.
Yeah, like everything I said would lend to another story about
outlandish story.
how great his family was and all the great things they've done. And after a while, I'm like, I'm starting to not trust this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that he knows all these things that he's talking about. And I'm like, now I'm getting a little nervous. And eventually he did I got him to shoo away. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't drive home and, like, check my rear view.
Yeah.
Like, making sure that there's not a car that, wasn't around, like, more often than it should be.
Yeah.
But have you ever had this happen to you where people just think they can just naturally come up to you in a public setting because your kids are acting good? Or
Yeah, definitely for sure, but I don't think I've had it like get to the weird, like elongated, like still.
Yeah, this
hanging
is the
fuck
first one
out.
that got.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually they just approach me. They go, "Oh, your kids are so well behaved."
Yeah, people are always like, "Oh, your kids' manners are great," and blah blah blah, and then
Yeah.
but then they
Yeah,
move
I've had
along.
that before, but
You
Yeah.
get that all the time.
Yeah.
Like just last night, I was in a Mexican restaurant and I'm walking out, and this guy stopped my daughter and goes, Your daddy's funny, huh? He's kind of a weirdo. Because he'd seen me messing with the kids,
Yeah.
and he was busting my chops by proxy. Like, say it to the kid,
Yeah.
allow it to bust my chops. And I was like, you feel me, dude. And he was like, yep. And then it was over. But this dude stayed through our whole meal.
How old is the dude?
75, 80?
So old.
Oh, yeah. But now that the for hims are out there, I got to be fucking worried about it. You know, Roman made this dude
ready
a
to
virile.
roll.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a virile dude now.
Well, this day and age, I feel like that is what has to run through your head anytime anyone talks to your kids.
Yeah.
You know, like
But honestly,
I
for
don't
the first
fucking
like
trust anybody.
Yeah.
But
For the
this
first
guy
3
might
minutes, I
have
wasn't
been,
worried.
If he's hitting 80, he just might be. He just wants to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
will
and
listen.
that could have been it too. He was a
Yeah.
lonely guy.
You guys were listening, which is huge. Let's just leave
Well,
them on.
That,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a side-
Yeah, and there's some truth to that.
I'm sure it was harmless.
So real quick,
Sure, it just went on so long that it creeped
But
me
no, I
out.
get it. Yeah, that's anytime anyone talks to your kids, you're just like, I'm sizing you up.
I'm sizing you
I'm
up
really
immediately.
trying to figure this out right now.
And for him to be like the wealthiest man in the world,
yeah.
wearing old
All of a sudden.
Skechers.
Hanging out in the
That's
Burger
how we
King.
got there, though.
the
man.
next
He
thing you
saved
know,
that money.
everyone he's talked about it in this little
Like-
short period of time walks in the door. They're like, Grandpa, Dad.
even the first time I said something about it, I was like, yeah, it's their first time having Burger King. He's like, this place won't last long. I have an MBA in management, and I can just see that they're not And I was like, okay,
Jesus.
cool.
Sir, this is a Burger King.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, which he wasn't wrong. That was the one thing he was right about. Poorly managed Burger King.
That place has been there forever, and that place has been there forever, and it's always dead.
But there were 7
'Cause it's poorly
motherfuckers trying to
managed.
make my burger.
Yeah.
And they were like,
4 people inside of it.
there's 2 people in the place.
Yeah.
Old dude and us. Old dude's eating. And they
Yeah.
go, is somebody number 23?
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker. I'm only person
Yep.
here.
Remember the person you talked to 3 minutes ago?
So, so 2 things. One, you always got to watch out for your kids, and this is an old creepy guy doing whatever. But on the flip side, just last week, and we just had the 75th anniversary of D-Day, all of that
Yep.
good stuff. I was
That's
getting
not
my
good
car.
stuff.
Well,
Well, it was
the
good at the
celebration,
end,
not
but
necessarily the
sad.
day itself, but I was getting my car washed, leaving it, walked across the McDonald's. I'm sitting there, got my laptop open, eating breakfast, doing my thing, and sitting there right across from me, a guy just says, "Hey, how are you doing?" Gentleman's got a
Veteran cap? Yep,
on,
nice.
and he's probably 83 years old. And at first, even being a veteran and being focused into what I was working on, I was like, I don't even know if I want to deal with this right now.
Oh, you got to
But
say
I
hi.
s-
Hold on, you
I
said
got it.
75th anniversary.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so then he would have been 13.
No. He was a veteran. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
thought
say
you
he
meant-
was. I didn't say he was a World
Oh,
War II
okay.
veteran.
Oh,
No.
okay. I
This
thought-
guy was actually
He was there.
in Korea, and he was like
Gotcha.
83
some
years old.
sand from
and I-
Normandy?
Yeah.
yeah, and I took some time, but I took the time to actually engage with him. And
I was
all I'm
Private
saying
Ryan.
is that there's that, and then there's a flip side. If you see somebody who's they got tons of stories, and if you could put up with it,
Yeah.
it's great. So go down, sit next to him, because that guy's
I
probably
agree
there
with you.
every morning. He's probably in the McDonald's from like 7 to 10. He's got nothing
Yes.
to do, and he wants to just talk. And I made his day probably.
Don't ever go to
And
a
I took
fucking
the-
Hardee's in the
I agree
morning.
with- oh
Because
my
that
God.
shit is
crashed-
full of
For
them.
sure.
I crashed a bingo at a Hardee's back in high school. We had like a day off or something or other when I was a senior.
Wild
We
man.
Showed up.
Lee likes to party.
Yeah, no doubt.
We showed up at this Hardee's and there's fucking 10, 15 seniors
That was him.
there.
Hey, guys.
Brought the koozies.
G13, motherfucker, what up?
But yeah, they were sitting there playing bingo, and we played with them and everything else. I was like, why do you just show up here every single day, every week? What do you
Yep.
do here? It's like not a sanctioned event. They just had their own bingo game.
Yeah, I
going
mean, this
on.
guy had just lost his wife, and he was like telling me
I'm
about his
glad
kids.
you
for
talked.
But I talked.
companionship.
But I was just saying, there's
find her?
both sides of the coin. There's the
Yeah.
guy that will engage, and then there's the guy that wants to be engaged, and you got to, take the time to
Honestly,
take a look around.
I
and
thought
see.
this guy was all right until it got to the point where I truly thought these are every one of them led a Forrest Gump life. This is impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, he's full of shit. Like
Yeah.
I'm dealing with some old con man.
Well, and he might even be a sweet, nice
Perfecting the
guy,
craft.
but he might just be fucking out of his mind and just spouting off at the mouth just to have somebody to talk to.
That's true. Maybe he's just
Yeah.
quoting old movies and I can pick up on it,
So when
Like,
I
wait a
lived in
minute.
Philadelphia, have you guys ever seen Band of Brothers, the HBO miniseries?
Yes.
From back in the day? The guy
heard
Babe
Yes.
Heffron.
You were in
Damn,
that?
Troy, you saw that?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I was just going along with it.
smart.
But I
Well-
get that. I know what it's about.
So basically, I'm sitting at a bar. It was the Always Sunny in Philadelphia bar. They like bought a bar down there, and
Patties.
yeah, well, it wasn't Patty's. They bought this old classic bar in Philadelphia and then made it their bar.
Into patties.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sitting there, and I turn around, and there that guy is, like the real
Nice.
guy. It's like, holy shit,
I
that's the
love it.
dude from the fucking miniseries. That
The actor or the guy?
no, like the guy that fought in World War II.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
The whole
So I went,
the whole
shook
miniseries
his
about
hand
one
and-
guy.
Well, no, but one of the guys.
Oh, okay.
You get to know him.
There's a lot of characters,
You get to know.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Private Ryan was there.
Essentially,
Well, he's probably thirsty, which I'm getting thirsty. I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys.
I think it's about time for that deli.
No, that sounds good.
We should run that.
Oh, the deli.
yeah. I think we should make that happen so I can go to bed.
What time is it?
The
Sorry,
Abacus,
tearing down the fourth
the
wall.
Abacus brought this deli.
Yeah.
It's 9:30.
What time is
No,
it?
it's way past Brendan's
oh,
time.
he's on South
Tomorrow I'm going to
Carolina
bring
time.
to Pat's office the 20-pack of tacos from Taco Bell.
Are you bringing 20 packets?
Dude,
Yeah.
there's nothing better
Tacos?
than a 20-pack of tacos.
That's fantastic.
I'm going to be a hero.
You
All right,
literally are.
what is this Abacus? This is it's a
All right.
terrapin.
So this is Terrapin out of Athens, Georgia. Fuck Georgia,
Mhm.
as in UGA.
Just calm down over
It
there.
seemed
Easy,
awfully
easy.
aggressive.
This is a Citra hopped IPA. It's a Citra hop IPA captures the majestic flavor of citrusy hops that roll off your tongue like the white caps of an ocean wave. Sit in wonder at the awe of a majestic beach sunset while you ride the waves of sun-kissed flavor sip after sip.
Damn, that sounds
yeah.
really
so what's
impressive.
the
I
name?
was
Did you
gonna
say the
say-
name of the
Yeah,
beer?
So this is the Terrapin Up High IPA.
Salty tips.
What?
Yeah.
Around the top
Oh,
of the
it says
can, it says surf, boogie, slap hands, paddle, camp. Interesting.
And you said this was from Georgia in
Yeah.
Athens?
Up
Athens,
high.
Georgia.
It's fucking the best beer I've ever had in my
It's
entire
so good.
life.
Home of University of Georgia.
Up high, verb, a gesture in which two people simultaneously slap hands together in celebration of receiving a Terrapin Up High Citra Hopped IPA.
So I will say, like
Says-
last
Okay.
summer,
What's the
it was called
5.9?
5.9. So it's on the high side, but it's in a respectable zone. You know what I mean?
Not too high.
yeah, that's
It's almost
sub
too high.
6.
I don't know. They're getting a little high
Up
on
high.
themselves. They're saying it pairs well with Gruyere and Asiago cheese.
These sons of bitches.
Does it really?
And Pepsi.
Dude, I hate when they say that shit.
Jason,
What was
the
the beer that they said like paired great with steaks and blowjobs or something?
No. There was one that said it
that's,
tastes
March
great
14th.
with ice cream. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, asshole. I'll
pour
take
right on
ice
top.
cream on my worst day and be like, it's still good ice cream.
Yeah, so it's really it's funny how it goes along with the theme. The name, you know, it pairs well with fish tacos, cod, mahi mahi.
Of course.
All the things by the water?
Yes.
You know, it goes good with Burger King and
Yeah.
old men. Yeah, it's not a good beer at all.
It smells very hoppy and citrusy
Sounds
for
like a
sure.
Coors
I haven't
Light.
tasted it yet.
The art is pretty cool. It's a turtle on a cliff
We
Which
might
I
be at the right.
respect. I
With a
respect.
surfboard.
overlooking a massive wave to his proportion.
We actually might be at the
He's
right
throwing a high
temperature.
five.
It says 50 to 55 degrees
Oh,
for
well,
a
this
perfect
is
day,
fucking
so-
lukewarm.
about
Yeah, it's not.
55.
Yeah, it's not
All
very
right.
cold.
I'm not
So-
necessarily
All right, what do you guys
surprised, but I
think?
feel like
Who-
Terrapin leans a little more Grateful Dead than it does Widespread Panic, being from Athens.
Great point.
Can of worms.
I never would have thought that.
That is a hippie ass point and one that I completely agree with. I agree.
Do you get it? Do you
Well, because
get it, though?
Athens, Widespread Panic's from Athens, Georgia, and
Right.
Terrapin Station. I
Yeah.
get it. You made me walk down that road. We
Or-
were having fun making fun of you.
As per usual.
Been watching birds a lot recently.
Go ahead, Pat.
Uh,
I'd like to
Terrapin
hear
a
what-
bird?
Birds a lot recently.
I thought birds
So,
were not. I thought terrapins were turtles, Pat. But okay, you're the.
All right, Pat. I would
No,
allow you
they
to go
are-
first.
They
What
are
is
turtles, Troy?
what is your
Okay.
what is your take on this beer, Pat?
I'm a little over the hoppiness of. I don't know. I
Boom.
give it a
So-
2.
A 2.
No tasting notes.
Oh, that
just
was
straight
like
for
a
a number.
You went low. You did not like that beer.
No, I mean it's standard issue, I suppose.
Yeah.
Pat did not like that beer. Stu, what do you think of that beer?
It's got a good flavor to it. I'm not a big IPA guy, but I would say it's It's not up high. It's 3.
3.
I see what you did there. It's
I saw
not
it.
up high.
This
Get
is not.
it?
This is not going well
Dad
for this beer.
jokes. Oh, they just up high.
All right, Abacus. Where do your numbers fall?
This is a beer I've had before, so I do actually enjoy it in the summer. It's something I take on the river, but I enjoy it. I don't think it's too heavy or too hoppy. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
There you go. Not too heavy, not too hoppy. 3.5.
So I don't know if my judgment was really based on the fact that I've drank a lot tonight.
Oh, I get that. We all have.
So
We all have
you know,
those.
it's
We're all
really- it's
bi-
not a
we're all
bad beer.
biased
I
right
just,
now.
For the record, it's really not bad. I do enjoy it. It's just some kind of
Pat,
the
your
IPAs.
2 stands.
Well, I'm a
I
Libra.
get that it's by far like the hoppiest thing you've had tonight. So
Definitely.
Now,
Sean, where do you stand on that beer?
This guy is a 3. I think it's heavy for an IPA. It's a lot. If I was in a penthouse, I'd probably drink it though. Just because you can sip it. Now.
Abacus jokes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice. Nice. Troy?
I'm surprised by this beer because I'm not an IPA guy, and I think this is very flavorful, which I think a lot of the IPA nerds will like. But it doesn't have that mouth funk that really turns me off from a lot of IPAs. I feel like the citrus kind of cuts through a lot of that. I feel it's kind of clean in my mouth when I'm done drinking it.
Yeah.
I'll give this
That's
a
what
3.
she said.
3?
Yeah, I'll give this a 3. I think it's pretty good. Like, I would have more than one of these. Unlike most IPAs, when I drink them, I don't even want to speak to somebody because I feel like I have hoppy IPA breath, and I just feel gross.
Yeah, I'm kind of along the same lines as you. When I sip this, the way the citrus cuts the hop right at the front end,
Yeah.
it's not hoppy instantly.
Yeah.
Like I know it's an IPA, but it's not overly hoppy. What I find weird about it though that's holding me back from giving it a really high score is that the bitterness that holds on after I drink it.
Yeah, the citrus stays with you throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that holds on. So I do feel some of that in the back of the roof of my mouth.
Like I said last week, I like citrus, though. I like citrus sweet
Yeah, and
beers.
I actually like
yeah.
the citrus. So compared to the episode last week where we had that, I thought that was more of like a pine sol. And this week I kind of think
You remember back a whole week ago.
Pine Sol.
I still have an hour and a half back in my memory.
I think the cottonmouth is making it stick in my
Yeah.
mouth.
I got the Miller Lite stink from there.
I like this deli
We've had
because
14
But I think-
beers
I
tonight,
think
so
the beers have
14
got
different
heavier.
beers.
I want to
yeah.
give it a 3.5 because I like the way the citrus is in it. Because I like citra hops and then the orange. I think that's a win-win.
Yeah.
But I'm having a hard time going above 3 just because of the way it sticks in the roof of my mouth. And that very well could be that we have been drinking, to Sean's point, for hours.
A lot of different beers,
Heavier
too.
beer. Every time it's
Yeah.
been heavier.
I mean, how many different beers have you had tonight?
16.
Yeah,
At
what he
least,
said.
Yeah,
So I think if I had had this without a bunch of other beers, it'd be a 3.5. But under the circumstances, it's a 3, which is I'm putting it on the good side. I like this beer. I'd recommend it if you like an orangey beer.
yeah. I would recommend it.
Do you have any Bud Light?
Yeah.
So, real quick, change the topic. I just want to throw this out there because I thought it was absolutely hilarious when it happened to me. And I told Brendan this earlier. We all have those moments in life where we realize we've just gotten a little bit older.
Oh,
Things
God.
happen. Like either, you get your license, you turn 21.
Dick
you
doesn't get hard.
Yeah, it's 30. You need 4 hymns.
don't
You
know
there's
about that.
You need the 4 hymns.
I'm sure there's something that has happened to everybody where you're like, wow, I'm getting a little bit older.
When
I
you
need
go to buy
something.
beer and you see that age, you got to
Yeah,
be
it
before
goes-
this date. You're
goes
like,
up and up.
gross.
So, been going to the same. So I was 14, she was 19, and don't go where you think that's going.
don't.
Is this
okay.
a rub and tug?
So I've been
Classic.
going to the same barber. She's been cutting my hair forever. Same
I actually
cut.
know your
straight-
barber. Is
Yeah,
this
you do.
Lynn?
It's Lynn. She does an excellent
right.
job.
So
Shout out
for
Lynn.
the record,
35 years? It's been that long?
Yeah.
for
I-
the record, like
Jeez.
10 some years ago, I don't know. Whenever I guess it's like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I went to her, dude. She's a smoke show, so I understand why he's been
Yeah.
going back. Just saying, she's very hot.
Okay, she's older now.
15 years ago. She was
I
very
get
hot.
that. Yeah. This
not
was
much
15
older.
years ago.
Yeah,
No,
but
not much
5
older.
You said 19 and 14, right?
She was 19. I was 14 the
Right,
first time she
so
cut my hair.
She's 5 years older than you.
Right. And
she's
now
Stu's
she's-
63.
So
Yeah.
okay, so you're saying I'm not
They both have AARP now,
Yeah.
so he gets a discount.
okay,
And
Pat.
when I go to McDonald's,
Pat's saying I'm not the
I
smoke
get
show.
the 25-cent coffee.
Senior Tuesday.
I'm not the smoke show I used to be.
If you drop AARP in the coupon code,
So
Burger King.
the
is,
usual routine is
we'll get you rush delivery.
cut the hair, then shave the neck, then she washes my hair, and I'm out.
which for the
Where's
record,
She
Let me
shaves
tell
your
you.
neck?
the shaving
straight-
and
Oh,
razing-
the back.
Yeah,
a straight
okay.
razor on the neck is
Is
the
where it's
sign
at.
of a real barber
You
shop.
trust her
As soon
hands.
as you see that, you say, "This is a good place."
Yeah.
She
So-
lets go the walker with the one hand.
Exactly.
You're cool with that? All right, dude,
Let's
it's
just
your neck.
shake it like
Yeah.
crazy.
That's the routine every single time since I was, basically 14. And then all of a sudden, a week ago,
She threw a
Grabs
curveball
my
at
dick.
you.
she threw a curveball.
Oh, my God.
She brought out the regular plastic comb that every single guy has ever seen or carried in their back pocket, and she puts it up against the eyebrow and then shaves off.
knocking your
And I'm
eyebrow
like,
back.
wait, am I at that age where there's this straggly, gray hair eyebrow
Yeah.
that's coming out? You got ear hair,
The
whatever.
wild
Like,
one,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Hold on,
that
Stu,
just happened.
I'm a bit conflicted here. I've been making fun of you because you're so old. I've been getting my eyebrows shaved for like 15 years.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Where?
everybody who cuts my hair goes,
This
"Oh,
kid-
sweet Jesus,"
yeah.
You
and
need help.
drops the comb in and shaves it. So I'm a little. That's a sign of age, you say.
Yeah,
it's just-
then I'm with you.
usually,
I've had that done for a long time.
I've been getting
you
my-
hit the eyebrows. I'm like, well, you brought it up. I guess that means your trained eye has seen something
guess
that
it's
I
just-
need
All right,
to.
Abacus and Sean, have either of you had your eyebrows shaved?
Hell
when you get a
no.
haircut?
They're not shaved. You're saying shaved, trimmed.
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 Oh God,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
The thought has
You
never
never had it
crossed my
shaved
mind.
and penciled back in?
No.
You're doing it all wrong. Ask for it
Clearly.
next time. Ask for the eyebrow shaving. They'll take good care of you. It looks real natural.
She's a fantastic artist.
I recommend you go to Supercuts for that.
Sports clips.
Now hold on.
Sports
So
clips.
neither one of you have ever had your eyebrows trimmed
No.
at a
Oh,
barbershop.
look at these eyebrows.
But have you
Dude,
ever
I'm
had a
killing it.
full beard? Have you had your beard shaved with a straight razor by the
I
barber?
I
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
that's
at Clemson, they had a old school barbershop, and they had a 90-year-old dude, and the whole shaky hands, everything experience, because they used to cut cadets' hair and give them shaves and everything else. And you would go in there, and they would pull that razor out, and they would do the straight blade razor, whether you wanted to shave that day or not. They were cutting your goddamn beard off. And they were going to give you a 1 on the side and a 2 on the top. That's what you went in there asking for.
They got one. They give one haircut there.
yeah, it's
That's
like-
right.
That's all they
Millions
knew,
of
man.
dollars.
That's all they could do.
Yeah. That's why I don't go to hair cuttery anymore.
Yeah.
You ever been to hair cuttery? They give you
Yeah.
the same fucking haircut. You'd be like, oh, I kind of want a little longer on the
That's why the
side.
prices are so
They're
low,
like,
man.
perfect, flat top, done.
Yep, here you go.
All right. So
That's
you
the
guys
only
went to
one they
VCU. Did y'all ever go to Adams Barbershop on Broad Street? So that old man, he'd been there forever. He'd been cutting hair when I left there a year and a half ago. He finally retired. He'd been there 55, 60 years
Where
cutting
was
hair.
Adams?
Right on Broad Street.
he
Broad
just
and across from the Science Museum?
You
No,
know
no,
that
no,
old
no,
shop
no,
where the
like-
old guy died in the corner?
Where that little
No,
cutout
this was like
in the
right on
floor?
right on
The
VCU's
different
campus, like right on campus.
No, I never went there.
So this dude,
Right
like,
on it.
he just retired like a year and a half ago.
yeah, and that dude, you would sit down and you would say, "I want this, this, and this." He fucking did not. First off, he couldn't hear you. Secondly, he wouldn't listen. He gave you a boy's haircut from fucking 1960. In the end,
He puts a bowl on your
Yeah,
head.
and just trim
no. But I did go there. So when I was in college, I was going back home to the town I grew up in because
you
I
were
was
just
going.
like, yeah, fuck it.
Well-
I'm fine with it.
Well, I was going to a beauty salon to get a fucking smoke show chick to cut my hair.
Yeah, which
then-
is what Stu always
Yeah.
had in Lynn. Now she's
So
shaving his
then,
eyebrows.
every
Old
now
man.
and then, I'd be like, I need a
find a new
haircut.
place.
I'm gonna drop in Adams. Fucking go in there one day, and he's like, "You let a woman cut your hair, didn't you? I could fucking tell. Women don't know how to cut a hair. Only men know how to cut hair." And I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about, old man?" They give me a shitty haircut. I was like, "I'm out, dude. I can't do this anymore."
Well, dude,
he nicked the shit out of your ear with a straight razor.
I don't know about you guys, but if you get the, I didn't do it originally, but for the last 10 years I have, the whole shampoo afterwards.
Yeah.
I hate having the shaved hairs in the back of my collar, and I still
Yeah.
got to go back to work, getting the damn double rinse,
It's worth
That's
it.
what
everything. She's
Sports
like,
Clips
that's
is
what-
good with that.
Have
They
you
do a
guys
good
ever had
job.
the-
They're quick, and I don't like that damn chair that's like vibrating all over the place. You like,
Have you guys ever had the? I went to like Great Clips where they have the online
I'm a
sign
Great
in.
Clips guy.
Yeah, that's
No,
pretty dope.
But
I kind of like
I
that.
remember when it turned though. I went at lunch. I was like, I'm gonna get a quick haircut at Great Clips. Went over there, and then they were like, "Did you sign in online?" And I was like, "No, I didn't." And they're like, "All right, well, we'll type your name in." And then I saw like 4 guys.
Yeah,
on
you're
there.
18th.
And then they
Dude,
kept going, and then
motherfucker.
I
you
just
guys were
fucking
signing on, so I
online
kept
check
getting
in.
bumped.
But so the online check-in is
It's
sweet. Though. Do
priority.
you use it now?
Dude,
it's
I've been
I
doing
use it
that.
all the time.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get priority. So I went. It was probably an hour before I got my haircut because dudes kept popping in online.
That's
I
kind
hate,
of sweet.
I hate
though.
waiting for a haircut.
No, that's the worst thing. And
It
I
should
go
be
to my
20
local
minutes.
barber, and it breaks my heart. Like I walk in, and I see 3 dudes, and I'm like, "Come
Yeah.
on, dude, you're bald. I'll shave it while we wait."
Dude, he does because I go to the same guy a lot of times, and I mean he's cutting some. Like you're like, you have no hair, dude. What are you doing
It's
here?
just it breaks my heart.
And they're there every.
I'm like,
2
look
weeks.
at my eyebrows, dude. I'm due.
I'm overdue.
Can't do another minute of this.
Yeah, this is
the-
horrible.
I
I'm
can't
embarrassed.
see.
it's the same. It's the same thing as a guy at McDonald's. They're there for the conversation. They
Yep.
want to hang out.
I guess.
The guy. I
The
go
worst
to
part
has
is
like
the
an-
local barbershop we go to. There's a fucking 80-year-old man that cuts hair in that place, and everyone goes to the girl or our friend, and the 80-year-old guy just stares at whoever the fuck's not getting
Yeah,
the
with
haircut.
his one good eye, but he moves around enough that you don't know which one it is.
Where are you going?
It's-
What's the name of the barber?
It's the place that Lynn started.
Oh.
Where you started
Huguenot
it?
Barbershop.
Yeah, you're damn right. That's the
Shout
only
out.
place to get a haircut.
Was I not supposed to do that?
That's
Only-
it's
no,
since
it's the only
moved.
place. It's the only place I get my haircut. That place is.
Y'all,
is
y'all
all
gotta
right.
move into the 21st century here because the guy I go to, he's on this app. I can schedule my time. I roll up. He has those 30 minutes blocked out, and that's all there is. Like it's a legit salon type setup.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, the
Where I
place
grew up out in
go
the
shaves
country-
eyebrows.
Where I grew up out in the country, we had this girl come to our house and cut her hair.
Yeah, I used to have my aunt cut my hair
She
all
would,
the time.
she
It's
would
just
come
like whenever
cut
you
my
go there.
hair, my sister's hair, my mom's hair, and my brother's hair.
Value package.
Knock it all out. And we'd sit. You just sit in the kitchen.
And they all have the exact same
Yep.
haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bowl cut.
No, it's a mullet. It's a mullet. Come on. You didn't party in the back.
You didn't want to cut
the
the
party
back,
in
did
the
you? I'll
back.
leave that.
Come on.
That's hilarious.
I think I had a mullet a couple weeks ago. I finally got a haircut. It was not good.
Oh, I wish
Mullets
a
are
motherfucker
strong,
would
dude.
keep a mullet.
Dude, what about just the Van Gundy at Oklahoma State? He's
Oh,
got a
he's
mullet?
got one.
He's
Yeah,
still
that
rocking
thing's
it.
strong as shit, dude. He looks handsome as hell. And he didn't fuck around. He's the guy who went all fucking ape shit on that guy.
Yeah.
You come at me, I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm 40.
Respect the hell out of a coach like that.
He's
though.
so
Hell yeah.
young. He's so young.
Yeah. Remember when you were 40, Stu? 13 years ago?
So it's like sounds like hard-ons and trim eyebrows.
What was that Pill's website?
ITPH.
TPA.
Can I put that in the coupon code?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I got to take a leak. I'm going to shut this down.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
My old
wrap,
bladder's
wrap,
dying.
wrap it up. It's a
Banter.
2-for-1.
I do want to send another shout-out, though. Sean, thank you so much for coming by. Nectar
2 weeks in a
Sunglasses.
row.
Should we clap?
2 weeks.
That's,
You-
a lot,
we'll give him
yeah.
a
that's a
clap.
lot of miles.
Oh.
A lot of miles
give him
on
a clap.
your car and everything.
Drop ITPH in the coupon
Love the
code. You get
claps.
30% off. It's fantastic.
30%.
Abacus, thank you for not fucking it up last week.
Hell yeah.
Glad to have you back. No clap.
Was it like one clap per episode? That's all we get.
No, and Pat, it's
Did you hear
always
that
good
crowd?
to have you back. Yes, exactly right. I love it.
Live show.
Round of applause.
Thank you all out there so much for tuning in week after week. We certainly appreciate it. Head over to the email at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. Send us topics. We would love to hear from you. Or you can always reach out to us on the Facebook page. Or you can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at ITPH Podcast. Don't forget to go out there and drop ITPH in the coupon code Nectar Sunglasses. You get that 30%
Also,
off.
MySpace. Never forget.
And if you do it apparently like 30 some more times,
Yeah,
apparently
we're gonna
it
get
goes
an
up to
upgrade.
35, which would be sweet. It's actually like 28. Just trying to run numbers. Fuck it.
26.
That it? That's the answer. There you go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fucking producer.